6 teenage members of the Burundi Robotics team have been reported missing after competing in an international competition in the United States. Washington, D.C. police tweeted missing person flyers Wednesday asking for help finding the teens last seen in the area of the first global challenge around the time of Tuesday's final marches. Now, the Washington Post reports that competition organizers said in a statement that the team's mentor couldn't find the group of 6 students, but reports were submitted to police. Each report says police tried to contact one missing teen's uncle, but got no response. Now, VOA's Auriane Itanguishaka joins me to tell us more about these young people. First, I know that you are actually personally in contact with the person you mentioned as the mentor. So what more can you tell us?
Well, when the team was supposed to be with us here, Voice of America, the Central Africa Division show yesterday morning, when they didn't call me about 8 a.m., I contacted them, say, are you still coming? And the team counselor kind of didn't want to say much, but at that point I knew something wasn't right because our live show is at 10 a.m. And so after I probed more, he said, unfortunately, we won't be able to make it. I can't find the youth, the group. And I said, how is that? And then he just was a bit reluctant to say more. But eventually, as I probed more throughout the day, he mentioned to me that the children disappeared. He didn't know where they were, but that, you know, he's going to go back to Burundi.
Now, when people are said to have disappeared, the police are actually handing out flyers, people start worrying. What do you know up to this point? Is there any reason to be concerned about their safety?
Definitely not. From my understanding with the team leader, it seems as if he had maybe overheard that they weren't going to go back to Burundi and that they had other plans. And so he, in hearing that or understanding that, he continued with his plans to go back to Burundi as planned.
And now, they were not planning to go back. Do they have contacts in the United States? Is there somebody who probably was going to coordinate that particular move?
We're not sure, but most likely. These youth are between the ages of 16 and 18. And so certainly for them to be able to take that decision, I'm sure they must have some help. Otherwise, you know, they'll be in the streets, sleeping on the street.
It's not every time young people who go to another country to participate in a competition just disappear. Are there reasons why a young person like that may want not to go back to Burundi?
Obviously, yes. In my interview with them, I asked them, what do you think about Washington? They say, we love the city, we love the buildings, it's a new place for us, and we've made new friends. And so they have every reason to believe that they have arrived in a modern and a very developed country that's going to offer them more than they could probably get in Burundi. So yes, the idea could be there to say, we'd rather stay here than to go back.
Yeah, but how are things in Burundi? And, you know, that may kind of give a motivation for some young person to stay.
I think some young people at this point sometimes feel that there's no lack of opportunity in terms of when they finish schools, the lack of jobs and the lack of different opportunities that they see here in America. And so the poverty rate and, you know, the lack of jobs and lack of activities for young people could push a teenager to want to stay in a developed country like the U.S.
Is there concern that perhaps their parents, their family members might get in trouble because of this?
Probably there could be. There could be if they help them organize it because, again, as I said, it's very difficult to think that a young person can take such a decision to stay in a foreign land without any assistance. And so probably family members did help. And we've seen in the past before where they cross over the border and go to Canada, as the 2 of them already done so. So the other 4 are probably also trying to do the same.
So you've confirmed that 2 of those 6 have actually crossed over to Canada, and that was pretty quick.
Correct. We've contacted the police department, and they've confirmed that 2 have already crossed the border.
Thank you very much for sharing that information with us, Auriane.
Thank you very much.
Well, that is Auriane Itanguishaka.